What's up, Squid Squad? Welcome back to 500-Pound Squid. I'm reporting deep from the Pacific Ocean with Sav.
Hi.
Hi. So we are a little bit behind on videos right now. We are planning on catching up this weekend, but we are jumping ahead a little bit to something that just happened because Becky, kind of good, kind of Beck, had posted a video called My Response Plus Live Updates, and that's something that we need to watch immediately. You watched this already, correct? Earlier, like halfway, you were working.
Yeah, I watched it this morning. I could not wait. I was so excited to watch it. And it was not a disappointment.
So, for those of you who are not aware, would you like to explain your history with Becky?
Sure. Becky is a person who dated AMBERLYNN for 4 or 5 years, quite some time. She was definitely her longest girlfriend, I think. Maybe next to Crystal, if anything.
Mm-hmm.
Near the end of their relationship, Becky started pursuing art. So she started drawing and painting and doing all kinds of art. And one of the things she was doing was selling painted boxes on Instagram, pride boxes. And I was fortunate enough to commission a bisexual pride box from Becky Lynn Reid herself.
Since then, you have come to terms with your sexuality being squid sexual, correct? Just making that clear for everyone.
Yep, that's true.
Okay, go ahead.
So one thing led to another, and I became a mod in Becky's Discord. I also uploaded a review of the box. But then Becky kind of fucked everyone over with her car GoFundMe, although I will say there was more to the story I might have not known, so I was just a kid back then. Forgive me for my actions.
But you did destroy her server.
I did destroy her Discord server. Given the chance to again in current day, I might or might not have, but that is what I did. That is what I did back at the time. And again, I want to stress that I was a kid. I was a kid back then. And I'm 100,000% Team Beck at this time. So don't get it fucking twisted, all right? I'm Team Beck. Beck's my girl. Beck's my person. I'm trying to think of the non-binary version because Becky's non-binary. Becky's my person. So
okay.
You know, I'm Team Beck, all right? I'm Team Beck. Don't fucking sweat it. I'm Team Beck now. But that is actually the origin of my online handle, Kinda Sav.
Right.
Because when I was making videos about Becky, whose channel is called Kinda Good, Kinda Beck, I just needed to pick a fucking name. And because to that point I'd only ever made videos about Becky, I decided to do the lazy and uncreative thing and go with Kinda Good, Kinda Beck. And here we are years later, still Kinda Sav.
And if people recognize your voice, that is probably where they're recognizing it from, because I would say that you were the main character of the Amberverse for a good 12 hours. You were the main character, right? So I think that anyone that was like a daily AMBERLYNN video or watcher, like someone that kept up with everything and read the Reddit and everything, they at one point they had watched your video probably, and that might be where you recognize Sav from.
There you go.
Apologies to Beck for destroying the Discord server, but it was really funny.
It was pretty funny. It was pretty fun.
And she also wasn't the one that was, in there. It was more like Rafe. So you're really fucking over Rafe more, which is a lot funnier.
You guys believe that Rafe used to DM me all the time and she would initiate the conversations, and one time she messaged me freaking the fuck out? Crazy times.
You could have become really good friends with
Becky
Rafe.
And Rafe?
Yeah.
Not Becky. Becky never looked at their account.
Well, yeah, but you could have been friends with Rafe. Maybe you could have figured out some more. She probably said everything there is to say, huh? Probably no
Rafe
inside.
Was a she loves drama. I don't think there would have been anything extra.
She already sprayed it all out. Anyway, so this, for those of you who, since a lot of the people are coming from Blooper World Order, from DSP stuff, you might not know why Beck is coming out right now. Basically, Amber was talking about her in the live chat, right? The Elizabeth Robinson.
Talking shit.
Yeah, basically saying that if you knew the whole story, everyone would hate Becky, would hate Beck because she is an awful person. And what do you remember exactly what she was saying? She was saying that, she was saying that she was like funding her whole life, that she had to. That Beck had kept her debit card, and basically Amber was funding her whole entire life with the debit card, and then Jade was like, "Hey, you have to stop funding this girl's entire life," and and there you go.
Well,
so
we're about to
basically-
hear a very different perspective on that situation here from Beck firsthand.
Also, Amber did say that she didn't force Becky to quit her job, right? I believe that was part of it. Yeah, that she didn't, and actually Becky was Becky was essentially taking advantage of Amber.
Sure.
So, all right, well, let's see what she has to say.
Hello, I know it has been a long time since you guys have heard from me, and this is going to be a little bit of a different video than normal. I know you're used to
the video
seeing my
is
face.
crazy. You're going to love it.
I was really nervous to make this video, and I still am, but I thought it was really important to make it. So I sat down and I wrote everything down.
You sat her white ass down and listened.
So it would come out more clearly, and I wasn't jumbling over my words or saying too much like I usually do. I'm just going to show you guys some speed drawings.
So I'm sorry if I sound awkward or if the editing isn't very good. I tried to put this out as fast as I could after hearing about what happened and what's been going on in my own life. Amber, you stupid fucking idiot.
It's funny because everyone in Amber's life keeps exposing her. Like Alexis has been exposing her, and now Becky is again. And
because
it's literally only because Amber mentions these people.
She can't shut up.
Not even uploaded in like a year. And when she uploaded, it had nothing to do with Amber. But then Amber mentions her, and here she is hours later to be like, no. And the same exact thing happened with Alexis. Alexis wasn't talking about her anymore. And as soon as Amber started putting her name in titles to clickbait the videos, Alexis spoke up and said, "Stop talking about me." And Amber said, "No, I'm going to keep talking about you." And Alexis said, "Okay, bet." And then she called her bluff and exposed her again. Yeah. So she needs to shut the fuck up. She's making everything so much worse for herself. This video is killer. You're going to love it.
And not only that, but also she can't stop talking about the reaction channels, which I mean might be ironic to say because reaction channels obviously don't stop talking about Amber. But still, the way she had gone after Zachary and then Jordy, they both came back with absolute just killer, just a killing blow. Both of them did. Insane clapbacks. So really, because Amber won't shut up, in like 2 weeks, we have gotten insane clapbacks from Zachary, Jordy, Beck, and Alexis.
Yep.
So this is a really good time. We are eating right now. This is great.
Talk to you about what's going on.
Oh, look at that.
Been and so on.
It's DSP.
People have asked me a lot about why I don't make my own videos or live stream anymore. So they want to know why I haven't used the platform that's been handed to me to make money. And the main reason is because this community, even though a lot of you have been kind and supportive, has been and is very harmful and toxic mentally for me.
I mean, Amber doesn't even read the comments. Just post videos and don't read the comments. You'll be fine.
Grown as a person and have...
She probably doesn't want the constant because people know her as AMBERLYNN's ex, and it's been a few years now. She probably doesn't want to just constantly be asked about AMBERLYNN because it was clearly
that's all anybody's going to ask
in her life.
Yeah, that's all anybody's going to ask about her.
In her life. She doesn't want to think about it anymore. She's moved on.
Yeah, right? So even if she just posts art and stuff, people are going to be like, "Oh, what about Amber? Oh, look what Amber said."
How did Amber smell? I know that'd be me. I can't lie, that'd be me. What did Amber smell like?
Yeah, I would describe the smell in detail, as someone asked Destiny. You know what? Look at this little piggy. The art's getting better.
It's throughout the video, so you'll get to see.
Well, look at that. Good for her.
become more aware of the mistakes I've made in the past. It's become embarrassing to have ever been a part of Amber's life on and off YouTube.
Period.
My goal after the breakup was to move on as an individual and separate myself from what happened in the past. But when that audience consists mainly of people who have heard of me from Amber's videos, separating the two while still existing online became impossible. A lot of people
that's fair.
In the
know
corner.
of me.
That was cool.
Yeah, you know what? This is a lot better than what
It
she
is
was
a lot
making.
better.
Yeah, okay.
Lumpy space princess in the
Yeah,
side
look
there.
at that.
Oh, yeah,
Look at
brother.
that.
From that
Okay,
time in
queen.
my life, and I have had to accept that and keep moving forward. I went through a lot back then, and I made mistakes. It wasn't the person I wanted.
Oh, squid spotted, 2 squid spotted.
Yeah, handsome Squidward.
And then bold and brash. Have you ever seen that episode of SpongeBob? I know you didn't see a lot of them.
No.
The bold and brash is one of Squidward's paintings. It is hilarious. I would love to get one and just hang it in my room.
To be or who I am now. When I chose to go to Karina Kaboom's channel, it was because I wanted to tell part of my story in a way that was from a safer distance so that I couldn't be accused of being a grifter or profiting off of it just for answering some questions. I was offered no money from Karina's video, and I didn't expect any profit or fame from it. The reaction was still very mixed and hurtful, and I know I can't please everybody. I still felt like Amber's narcissism was being fueled by the people who would attack anyone remotely connected to her, no matter what role they played in her life, even though she only keeps benefiting.
Here's the thing. So Alexis is coming out and people are hating on her. In my opinion, everyone should really just lay off these people that are coming in and giving us what we want. What's the point of being in a lolcow community and making fun of Amber if you're just gonna shit on everyone that's giving us what we want? We want Becky to tell us what happened. So
Yeah, I don't know what the point of being toxic to Becky would be right now,
No.
or anybody. Destiny.
Yeah.
Maybe Alexis I can see because she's a bit of a fence sitter and constantly goes back and forth. But the others, like, they're far enough removed at this point now that it's like, why are you being a bitch to Destiny or Becky? Really?
Yeah.
What's the point?
Yeah, just let them live their life because obviously they saw that Amber sucks and now they want to be rid of her. And if they decide they want to come back and talk about what happened, then just accept that. It's okay.
Financially and growing her ego through this vicious cycle. It was discouraging.
Pretty harsh words right there. Right? Talking
Well,
about Amber's ego and
I just stopped trying to speak up altogether.
That's
Even
pretty
with the
harsh.
support of a lot of you, it was hard to not
Just wait.
internalize the negative things being spread about me by Amber and others. I know that in my Q&A with Karina, I talked about the money Amber owed me. I never did see any of that money and still haven't. For a while, I was in contact with an attorney who claimed to be able to help me get the money back that I earned working for Amber, but it wasn't possible to serve her anything without an updated address. For time passed, and
hey, I bet Kiwi
That's
Farms could help
Kiwi
you with
Farms.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll send it to you, girl.
Yeah. I'm also sure Amber didn't drop any kind of contract or anything, so Becky, unfortunately, she was probably out of luck.
with the distance growing between myself and the public, I just let it go. But recently, I was told that Amber has started talking about
Oh, here we go. So thank you, Beck, for putting these in. So Amber, when we broke up, I felt bad, so I let her have all the money she needed. But Feline didn't like that, which makes sense. And Feline, if you don't know, is Jade, Amber's ex. Not her latest ex now, but
No, she's like 4 or 5 exes.
yeah.
She's the girlfriend that Amber started dating after Becky, and she moved her in while Becky was
While
still
Becky
there.
was
and hadn't
there.
left it. It was very quick.
And
it was
they
like
were,
a few weeks.
Didn't they make a joke about fucking in the other room while Becky's there?
Yeah.
Great. On live stream, too. Amber, she didn't even use that money on the car. Okay, so Beck did have car issues, and I guess Amber's saying that she gave her a bunch of money that she didn't use on a car. But just because it's not going to a car doesn't mean that it's not going to things that Beck had to pay for, right? Like, okay, she didn't use that money on the car. What was she using it for then? She's probably using it for stuff that she needed, because you made her quit her job years ago and had her dependent on you. Gosh, I could say so many things, but I can't. She said she would
dare
sue
her.
me.
I would love to hear her talk about Becky.
Yeah. So I have to shut up, but people would be shocked and not believe a word I say. She had a job that was Okay, here we go. She had a job that was ruining her back. I told her she didn't have to go through that. I was helping her. I made a lot of money and wanted to take that burden off of her. If that makes me a bad guy, fine. I hear your opinion and it makes sense based off of what you know, but your opinion would probably change if you knew everything. I thought I was doing the right thing. If I could go back, I'd do everything differently. Okay, so as we go on with this, basically Amber gave Becky her debit card and let her just spend all the money that she wanted, but apparently Beck did not spend on anything that was useful. And then also Amber had her quit her job out of the goodness of her heart because it was destroying her back, and Amber just wanted Becky to be healthy and just to take a load off. So that's the story we're getting. I have a feeling this is going to be debunked.
Me again. And the more time that passes, the more she believes that I'm being quiet because I'm weak. She lies about me because she thinks that she has power over me, and that the fear of the public reaction will shut me up, and that everyone will be left with no choice but to believe whatever lies she spread. Well, she's wrong about me, and she no longer has that power over me. I want to be the one who tells my story. I'm going to show a screenshot of a live that Amber commented on about me and address some things. But first, I want to point out that she continues to use an incorrect name, even though she has been told that I don't go by that name anymore. I feel it's disrespectful to continue to call me by my old name.
I was talking about Becky. Oh, yeah. My bad. I thought
you hadn't watched the video yet, so I didn't say anything.
Oh, yeah.
We're on Beck now.
Because she had said either was fine before. My bad. Okay, Beck. There we go.
Despite me saying myself that I now go by Beck, and her being corrected by viewers and reaction channels many times. I'm not surprised, however, as she has never respected me or anything I've said before now. She also used incorrect pronouns, but I understand that
okay. Well, I'm fucked. I'm canceled now.
She's about to explain
I've stated in the past that I was okay with she, they pronouns. I'm stating now that I only use they. So the first thing she said is, when we broke up, I felt bad, so I let her have all the money she needed, but Feline didn't like that, which made sense. She gave me $100, and that's what I used to go get the U-Haul with, and I only had one day.
$100.
Does that cover the U-Haul?
Becky? No, of course it doesn't. When I moved this summer and I needed a cube van for the day, it cost me like $170 for one day. She left her with $100. Beck hadn't had a job in like 5 years because Amber told her to quit. It was really because AMBERLYNN was controlling and needed a caretaker at home. We know this to be true because of her previous girlfriend to Beck, Destiny, who AMBERLYNN, she wanted her to quit her job, but she didn't. So instead, AMBERLYNN made her be on the phone with her for every minute of every break time or lunch time. And she made her come home for breaks and stuff like that. And she would control who she could have her lunch break with. And if she heard someone in the background having her lunch with Destiny that she didn't like, she'd throw a shit fit and tell her to get fucked. So we know that AMBERLYNN is incredibly controlling. And I'm sure that she just wanted Becky to quit her job for the same reason she wanted Destiny to quit the job, which is that she's an insane, controlling asshole. So she hadn't worked in 5 years.
Yep.
And she breaks up with AMBERLYNN. AMBERLYNN kicks her out of their shared apartment and gives her $100 to get on her feet with. That's not even enough to cover the U-Haul to get out of there.
Yep.
But wait, it gets worse. Listen here.
With that U-Haul, because I didn't have enough money to pay for an extra day, and I was trying to rush and pack everything that I could as quickly as possible. And
big ups.
And I was trying
the NES controller.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
I see you, girl. Or I see you, them. Becky is a big fan of River City Ransom. Who knew that Beck was a Kunio-kun fan? That's awesome. I love that.
Trying to rush and pack everything that I could as quickly as possible, and I was running out of time, so I had a little breakdown and was crying about it, saying I didn't know how I was going to pay for extra time with the U-Haul because I didn't have the time to get everything, and she started laughing about it. So,
yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm like, my jaw fucking dropped when I heard that. What the fuck? Becky was crying because here's the thing, it sounds like the impression I get from the way Beck's telling this story is that, like, when you move, you have lead time to pack things into boxes nicely and organize your things into boxes and throw things out and get rid of stuff.
Yeah.
It sounds like Beck was very much put in a position where she just kind of had to grab her shit as it was
And run.
and throw it in a U-Haul.
Yep.
And that would be very time consuming if everything wasn't like in boxes and packaged up and stuff. That's why you do that. So she was probably just grabbing random loose shit and like throwing it in a truck, which is insane. Like I can't imagine doing that. Also, they lived in like an apartment with a ton of stuff in it. So I don't know, like that's fucking crazy. So she starts crying about not having enough money to extend the U-Haul for another days. What am I going to do? Fuck, I'm panicking. And instead of being like, it's okay, or I'll even offering to help, I don't know. I wouldn't expect her to do that. It's Amber. She's greedy as fuck.
Yep.
Instead of offering to help or just being like, it'll be okay, or they're there, or just not saying anything. Honestly, not saying anything would have been better. This bitch laughed at her while she was having a breakdown, crying because she was panicking.
Yeah.
About the situation AMBERLYNN
caused.
In. Are you fucking kidding me?
And
what an evil bitch.
No money because of the fact that Amber forced Beck to quit their job.
I don't know how you can be in this situation and have absolutely no empathy. And not even that, but the opposite of empathy. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like if I was the AMBERLYNN of the situation, I would at least be like, why don't I help you put things... Even if I didn't want to give my ex money or something to help, maybe I would try to... I don't know. It feels bad when people are crying. You broke up, sure, but I don't know. Like, damn, dude, that's fucking crazy. Like, you're not going to offer... Oh, I'll help you put things in the truck. It'll go faster if there's two of us. Because she wanted her to get out, too. Like, AMBERLYNN wanted her to get out, so why wouldn't you help?
Jade was already, like... They were already thing, right? Too.
There were two other full-grown adults present that could have like helped her in some way.
What the fuck was Jade doing?
They both had full-time, decently paying jobs. Like, really, you can't spare another $100 for one more day of U-Haul so that this woman stops having a fucking meltdown? Mm-hmm. That's horrible. I feel so bad for her in that situation. That's like actually so awful. AMBERLYNN is an evil bitch. That's fucking insane.
Yeah, AMBERLYNN fucking sucks.
This was at the point that I knew that this video was going to be fucking awesome. Because
we're
like,
only 4 minutes in.
4 minutes in. What a fucking story. It's so awful.
So she was laughing about the fact that I couldn't afford to continue to have the U-Haul.
Come on, dude.
Why couldn't she afford it? Because you told her to quit her job and then didn't give her the money she was owed for helping you.
Yep.
Oh,
I thought. Remember when Amber was bragging about Beck being her employee?
Yes.
I think you have to pay your employees.
I'm like your boss now, is what she said.
Yeah, I don't know how Kentucky state law is, but you do have to pay your employees where I live.
Obviously didn't feel bad. She didn't.
California.
And she did not give me all the money that I needed, or else why would I have been struggling and crying about the fact that I couldn't afford to have the U-Haul longer? Mm-hmm. And about using the fund.
Yeah, she didn't even use the money on the car. Gosh, I could say so many things.
Raise her money on my old car. That's exactly what I did. I got the car fixed because of that help, and I was extremely thankful for it. There was a little bit of money left over that I put toward bills like insurance and the car payment. The only portion used for anything else was the $12 or so that Amber begged me to give her for the Netflix account.
Dude, fuck.
He made her pay $12 to pay for her half of the Netflix subscription.
Is Netflix even? It's not $24, is it?
I don't know. Maybe she had
it for a long time.
It doesn't matter. This bitch couldn't even give her money to... Oh, my God. She watched her have a meltdown over the U-Haul because she could only afford one day of U-Haul with the amount of money you gave her, and then you're going to ask her for $12.
And
are you fucking insane?
Beck said that Amber begged her for that money.
I do remember... This is something we did already know. I do remember talking
Amber,
on Kinda Sav about how AMBERLYNN made Beck pay her for the Netflix.
The Netflix story is an infamous story.
Yeah.
Because it's infamous because it is fucking stupid and weird.
Ridiculous.
Still been using. I was able to drive that car up until a few months ago because of those donations. I wouldn't have been able to do that without that help, and I will always be grateful for that. And side note, I did not have her debit card on me all the time. The only time I had it was whenever she would send me to do errands for her or to pick something up for her. And I always came back with a receipt to show her what had been bought with her debit card.
So what the fuck's Amber talking about that she gave
She's trying to
Beck
make
her...
it sound bad. She's trying to make it sound
Yeah.
bad.
When
It's
in reality,
nothing bad at all.
When in reality,
She's
yeah.
trying to say this bitch was not struggling at all because she had unlimited. She's basically
Unlimited
implying
money.
without stating that this bitch just had free access to AMBERLYNN's bank account and debit card, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Obviously, why would Becky have been We know Becky was struggling after the breakup. Like we knew the state of things. Beck was uploading videos, being like, "Damn, shit, really hard right now. I'm living at Rafe's mom's house or whatever."
Yeah.
Like shit was fucked, man. Why would she have put herself in that position if AMBERLYNN had really given her a debit card and she had free reign on the money? There's no way.
Mm-hmm.
Feline didn't like it. You know what? Her pinning things on Feline in this is crazy.
Which is really fun,
Feline
'cause
didn't like that I was giving her money. Feline didn't like that she had the debit card.
We
You
know she's the
fucking psycho.
least likely one to come out and talk. She can say whatever she wants about Jade.
What if she summons Jade?
Oh.
Think about it.
No.
She's talking about Jade right now. What if she summons her?
Jade
What
did
if
want to go no contact.
Listen. She has talked about every single ex now, except for Crystal, but I think that's far enough back that it won't come up.
Yeah.
Really. Maybe, unless she's feeling extra zesty. But she's talked shit. She loves to, like, that's her go-to. She has to blame an ex for something. She blamed Becky for things. She blamed Destiny for things. She blamed Alexis for things. She blamed Erica for things. She is now blaming Jade for things.
Yep, and they all always come out and debunk
And the thing
it.
is, if she can't blame things on Destiny, Alexis, or Beck anymore because all three of them have come out
Jade's
and debunked
the
her,
only
who's
one.
the next one? She's
Yep.
gonna start blaming everything on Jade. Everything is gonna be Jade's fault. Jade would have taken me right to the weight loss clinic. Oh, really? She's gonna start going for Jade, dude. We're gonna get Jade content. Kind of good, kind of Jade.
Remember when Amber blamed Beck for her having cancer because
Yes,
Jade
that
would
was
have
cool.
driven her right to the hospital or something?
Yeah, because it's your partner's fault if you have cancer or not.
Yeah.
By the way.
It's ridiculous.
The next messages say, "Gosh, I could say so many things, but I can't. She said she would sue me, so I have to shut up. But people would be shocked and not believe a word I say. Gosh,
I would
wonder-
love to know what she had in mind. I bet it would have been a bunch of fucking lies and bullshit. Oh, I bet her trump card was the debit card thing, to be honest with you.
I bet she already played her trump card, yep.
Feline made me realize that Becky
She was taking
was
advantage
taking
of me.
advantage of me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
why they wouldn't believe you, Amber. You have a history of lying. And
Oh my God!
Gosh,
I didn't
wonder
expect
why
this.
they wouldn't believe you, Amber. You have a history of lying, and you're doing the same thing right now. You have nothing on me, and I know that. I did threaten to sue you, but that was to stop you from relentlessly talking about me like you were. You had no reason to talk.
Also, remember that Amber is the one that first said she was going to sue Beck?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah,
it was pretty soon after the breakup.
Very soon after it. It was like
She's
September
"Shut up,
or
shut up,
something.
shut up.
Yep.
Don't make sense. Stop talking about me.
Yep.
Talk about me. I've come out and said things only in response to you bringing me up. The threat to sue did not stop you, as seen in this screenshot. You haven't said these shocking things because they don't exist.
Oh.
Anything you could possibly say truly would be a lie. I will no longer stay silent if you try to spread lies about me. I've told parts of my story, and it's all been true, and never said in an insulting way either. I have so many gross things that I've seen you do, both to me and the people in my life, that I've kept quiet about because those things are embarrassing
Come
or
on,
have
Beck.
something to do with very personal matters. Despite how you've treated me, I still have empathy. However, if you want to lie about me, I won't hold back.
Continue lying, Amber. Let's go. Let's keep on lying.
She's calling her ass out.
Yeah, this is insane. Especially coming from Beck, who, Amber just treated like was just a weak person that wasn't going to come out and do anything. And not that Beck was doing that, but she did go on Karina Kaboom's channel and made their own videos a little bit, but this video is the first time that they're really they sound very strong in it. You know what I mean? Like saying
Beck sounds
that
way different in this than they ever sounded before, especially while with AMBERLYNN.
yeah, saying that that Amber, just straight up saying Amber's a fucking liar that nobody believes because she lies 24/7. And who would know if Beck is saying this? Who would know more than them that Amber's a pathological liar?
About things I know about you. The next about me, I won't hold back. I'll be brutally honest about things I know about you.
Oh.
The next comment, she said she had a job that was ruining her back. I told her she didn't have to go through that. I was helping her. I made a lot of money and wanted to take that burden off of her. Yes, in the beginning, she did make it seem that me quitting my job would be beneficial for my health and that...
We know now from Alexis, from other stuff that's Beck said in the past, from Destiny, that Amber will do anything she can to keep her partner with her just 24/7 under an actual like stranglehold.
Yep.
So
for sure.
I'm assuming that
Very manipulative.
yeah, I'm assuming that this is you said earlier that Destiny had to be on a phone call with Amber during all of her breaks because Amber didn't want Destiny talking to like her friends during work lunches. So yeah, it might seem benevolent, like a nice thing that Amber's doing at first, like, oh, it's because of your back. But there is probably, I feel like we're about to hear this, there's probably something deeper where it's Amber trying to keep control of Beck and trying to keep them home and not being able to have any outside connections.
She still does this, by the way, because her most recent two girlfriends, her current one, Emily, Tommy, Alexis told us that they are on a phone call literally 24/7, no matter what, all the time.
Yep.
And then also we know from Erica Valentine, the last girlfriend, that AMBERLYNN would make her stay on the phone with her while she drove to and from work every single day because it was her like she like had a long commute to work or something, and she had to for the second she finished work. And she had to be on her Life 360 tracking app so that you could always see where she was. And she had to spend every minute on the phone possible with her. She had to. Otherwise, AMBERLYNN would like threaten to hurt herself or do something. I haven't really thought about that before, that it's like every single girlfriend. But I bet she loved that Feline Jade worked from home.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because she could just be with her all day. And think about, oh my God, I'm realizing, think about it. So Jade worked from home. They had a separate like office bedroom, bedroom turned office in their apartment together. Remember how Jade set up an office in there and then AMBERLYNN bought a sit-stand desk and set it up in there too so she could play all day? I bet it was just so she could sit in the room with her all day.
Yep. And have an excuse to be in the room with Jade. Yep.
It's not enough to just, she could be in the living room dicking around because that's what she does all day, and then Jade would be in the room working. I always looked at her as her just LARPing as an adult, just playing make-believe as adult I sit at a desk on a computer, but then she's just watching H3 podcasts at the computer all day. I bet it was so she could be in the same room as her all day while she worked from home.
Yeah, have an excuse to be in that room.
Having a girlfriend that worked from home.
Yeah. No, I think you're 100% right.
And on everything.
Me and you are on the phone very often because we don't live in the same city. We're in the same state or country or whatever. So we're on the phone very often. And it has to be 1/10 of the time that Amber's on the phone with these people. It's insane. It's to an unhealthy degree.
Can't even compare. I'm on the phone with you a lot, but you can't even compare it to what Amber and her partners do. And I mean, obviously, if I'm like, hey, after work, I'm going out with my friends, you're like, okay. We'll talk when you get back or whatever, or whenever, or I'm doing something, whatever. It doesn't matter. I don't know. This is fucking weird. Like, AMBERLYNN literally prevents her girlfriends from doing things because she has to be with them or on the phone with them at all times.
The way that Amber is with it it's a way where you cannot construe it to be something that's positive. Like you can't construe it to be something where it's just, oh yeah, they really like talking and they really like hanging out and talking to each other. You can't make it seem that way because it's so obsessive and so over the top.
That it wouldn't be so hard on me anymore. But I learned very quickly that whenever I did quit my job, that it was just a control tactic. She said she wanted to be the main breadwinner, and all the things that she said I would be able to do, like see my family more, those things didn't happen.
Amber prevented Beck from seeing their family, as a matter of fact. So Amber tried to convince Beck that she would have there would be all these benefits, like Beck would be able to see their family more, and that was kind of a ruse because Amber, in actuality, was just trying to keep Beck at home, right? So she was just lying straight to her face to get her to accept, and then get her claws on her.
I was just stuck taking care of her. And whenever I talked about trying to get a job again, she would just guilt trip me and say, you know, well, I need you here. I need you to help take care of me.
Okay, so with that being
said...
now
Amberlynn can't say now that she was taking advantage.
Right, exactly. Yep. You cannot say that Beck was taking advantage of you. You cannot say that you did it because you wanted Beck's back to heal with the Seattle air. You can't say any of that because the fact that you're preventing them from getting a new job just shows that that's all bullshit.
And to help me take care of the animals, she would just guilt trip me into not trying to find...
I thought that Amber did take care of the animals and would
they're
take
obsessed
Twinkie
with her.
and take Twinkie out for walks.
Remember the first night that Becky wasn't living there anymore? Amber wanted to post that she was a good dog mom, so she took a picture of herself. She took a picture of herself, quote unquote, walking. Twinkie,
it was a video
out on the patio at the deck. Oh, a video clip. Yeah, of her taking Twinkie out for a pee. And guess what? The harness was on backwards and upside down.
Yeah.
Like the part of a harness that goes over the chest was on her back. It was insane because honestly, I know that you made Becky and your girlfriends always walk her, but how do you not even know what it's supposed to look like when it's on? How uninvolved were you?
If you weren't there for that, it was absolutely the funniest and most confirming thing ever because we all knew that Amber, there's zero chance that she's actually taking care of her pets, that she's doing anything with them, right? We basically knew that because it's Amber and she's fat and she's lazy, no offense. But then to see her being by herself for the first time ever, basically, and then to see that she put the harness on upside down and backwards. Like, just imagine that. It looks so fucked up. Wasn't the leash like going between Twinkie's legs?
The leash was underneath Twinkie.
Yeah, it was like going between her legs. Like she couldn't walk with it.
That's how you know she doesn't even have like critical thinking skills like you just gotta look at it and go, this front piece is kind of shaped like the contours of a dog's chest. Yep. Like the way the harnesses look, that kind of harness, the front piece is shaped like two armholes and like the front of their chest, like the shape of their chest. It's just intuitive. Yep. Honestly, like you don't even really have to have done it before to know that it makes sense the other way. And also the leash coming out from underneath Twinkie instead of on top of Twinkie.
Yep.
That's how you really know that bitch never did anything for the dogs. For the dogs.
Not only does she do nothing for the dogs, but she can't even think. She can't do the very basics.
Yeah.
And the only things she really would buy me is like food and candy and t-shirts. So,
the t-shirts.
I mean, whenever I would try to save up
Beck
change,
loves her 90s t-shirts.
She would say things like, "Is that your funds for when you leave me?" So she would say things like, "Is that your funds for when you leave me?"
She would try to save up change so she could buy stuff from herself. And then Amber, so you're gonna leave me now, huh? You're saving up money to leave me? Amber, you are fucking psychotic, and you need actual dude. You need inpatient help, not for just your weight.
For real, not even for being fat, or
Yeah.
for being fucking psychotic.
Being an absolute psycho.
Crazy. This is so bad. Your girlfriend can't have a saving, not even have a savings account. Your girlfriend can't save up $30 for a shirt.
What if Beck wanted to buy a fucking Switch game? She's a gamer. Well, she wanted to buy a Switch game.
That's a little too much money. That might allow her to leave you.
Yeah. Are you kidding me?
So I would even stop saving change to avoid that conflict with her.
Change?
In the end, me quitting my job.
How much change could you possibly save up?
My dad had saved up change for a long ass time, and we took it. It was like buckets and buckets and buckets full. He'd been saving this for 20 years, and we got a ton of money. We got $300-$400, something like that. But at the same time, that's not going to help you move. You're not going to be able to. That's not an escape plan. Yeah.
That's not even a quarter of a damage deposit on a new apartment.
Nope.
That's nothing. What?
All Beck could do with that is get a train ticket to fucking nowhere, because she doesn't. She won't. They won't have a home or anything.
Wasn't about helping me. It was about controlling me and keeping me.
Exactly what I thought. Exactly what I thought.
My job aims to avoid that conflict with her. In the end, me quitting my job wasn't about helping me. Mm-hmm. It was about controlling me and keeping me under her thumb. And she did keep me away from my family. And whenever I would go see my family...
Keep Beck away from their family.
Yep.
As a reminder, Beck's mom died of cancer. And,
while she was with Amber.
And Amber was keeping Beck away. Pretty cool. And then there were some leaked voicemails where Amber's just acting like a complete fucking bitch to Beck's mom while she's dying of cancer. And you know how Amber justified it? She basically said that the mom was acting like a bitch to everyone, so everyone was fighting with her. Do you remember that?
Yeah, she said there was just lots of family drama, so everyone was doing it.
Everyone was just leaving messages acting like a bitch, so it's fine.
She would time me.
Oh, no!
On my family. And whenever I would go see my family, she would time me. On when
just like it says on the screen, just like how I mentioned she would with friends like Eric and Ricky. Yeah, so one of the first streams that Beck did an expose on Amber. It had said that they would go play video games with Eric and Ricky. And
in the other room, by the way.
In the other room? No, well, it might have been when they weren't living together.
Maybe.
But but either way, it was either in the other room or not too far away. It was at another house, but possibly in another room. And Amber would set a timer for how long Beck could play video games with her best friends.
Her best guy friends, by the way. Becky is
she's a raging lesbian.
There's nothing to be jealous or insecure about.
She loves fucking vagina. She hates fucking dick. There is not, and Eric and Ricky are gay. I forgot about that part.
They are gay husbands.
She loves vagina. They hate vagina. They are gay husbands. They do a lot of gay kissing on ships, and they love each other. Well, apparently I think they're getting divorced now. Which is good.
They've all been friends.
They've
all been friends since school, by the way, since grade school.
And you know what?
Think about that. These are friends that she's had for her entire life that are two gay married husbands, and Becky is a turbo lesbian.
Super lesbian.
And Amber wouldn't let her go hang out. She put on a timer for how long she could play video games with them.
Let me tell you, not even my mom set a timer for how long I could play video games when I was 10. I did have limits, but she never set a timer.
and I had to be back. And if I wasn't back by that time, then it would be a fight for the rest of the night.
Dude.
And then the next time that I would try to leave to go see anybody else, she would guilt trip me and say things along the lines of I didn't care about her and that I cared more about everybody else.
AMBERLYNN, go fuck yourself, dude.
That's crazy. Having friends means you care more about them than your girlfriend.
Just like all the stuff we've been learning the last like few months, she sucks. I would say starting when she broke up with Becky, we started learning a bunch of stuff from Destiny and BECK, and then like this year, since she's been with Emily, we've been learning like all this crazy stuff from Alexis and stuff, and it's gone from Amber being like because we've all known that Amber, just from watching her videos, which is, by the way, what she puts out. She puts out these videos and they're edited to make her look good. We could tell from those videos that Amber was a bitch, a manipulative bitch, stupid, dumb, clingy,
fat. Gay.
we could tell those two as well. We tell all of that. But in the last, since the end of the Becky era, we have found out slowly and really solidifying over the last, like 6-7 months, that Amber is like a psychotic, manipulative, like an awful person, not just like a dumb person that's fat and she can't lose weight, but like a person who is fucking evil.
Yeah, she is evil. That's literally how you can describe it. How do you explain laughing at your girlfriend, your ex-girlfriend, as she's like freaking out because of a position you put her in?
Yeah.
You're dangling this money over her head. You have all the and it's not even about, I know an AMBERLYNN sympathizer would say, well, Amber doesn't owe her any money. No, but you know what the fucking bare minimum would be is to just not laugh at her while she's having a breakdown.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Mm-hmm.
So bad.
And then she said, if that makes me a bad guy, fine. I hear your opinion and it makes sense based off of what you know. But your opinion would probably change if you knew everything. I thought I was doing the right thing.
Do you think she's trying to manipulate Elizabeth Richardson?
Absolutely.
A channel that gets like 10 concurrent viewers?
Because
like a small channel?
Remember, Jordy had pointed out, or I don't know why he said remember. I don't know if you watched that stream with me. Jordy had said when he was first making videos and he was like under 1,000 subs, Amber would DM him and be like, hey, we should be besties and nobody has to know. She would say stuff like that.
Oh my god.
Basically, it seems like what Amber does is she messages small reaction channels before they get big, before they get a following, and try to befriend them so that, I guess,
is it to stop them from becoming big?
I don't know if it's to stop them or becoming
so that
big.
They go, oh, AMBERLYNN's actually cool. I'll stop talking shit about her now.
I don't know if it's that or for them to become bigger but have like, I don't know, be like an AmBaby reaction channel. I'm not sure.
Right, like try to get on their good side so that they go, actually, I'm going to make videos but about how AMBERLYNN's cool and good.
Or even if
I won't be as harsh about her.
I think that's it probably. Like for them not to be as harsh, to give Amber the benefit of the doubt at all times, to give her a lot of leeway. That's my guess, but it is 100% fact that Amber finds small reaction channels to try to befriend so that they're nicer to her, which is insane. Like she's talking about manipulation. Like, dude, what the fuck? That's like textbook manipulation.
That's projection for sure.
Yeah.
If I could go back, I'd do everything differently. Saying if that makes me the bad guy is so obviously manipulative. You're framing what you did to me in this positive light so that it looks like your intentions were good when they weren't. You did a lot of bad. You said you'd do things different now, but you haven't taken any accountability. I feel like the only thing you would change is doing the exact same things in a way that would have made you look even better. And that's all I really
Wow.
wanted to say about
Period.
the screenshot. I just wanted to respond to that so it didn't seem like, she was able to spread lies about me and me not speak up and fight for myself like she probably expected I wouldn't do. And something else I wanted to talk about was I just found out today that she lost Rarity and that
She just found it.
She didn't know? Oh,
man.
no.
And those animals love Beck more than Amber, even though Amber always talks about how they're obsessed.
Beck was their real mom, honestly.
Right.
Like, fuck,
Yeah.
I bet Eric and Ricky did more than those pets for them than Amber did.
And the animals are always going to gravitate to the person that's feeding them and walking them, and I guarantee you that was Beck and was not Amber.
Mm-hmm.
I highly doubt Amber even fed them when she lived with other people.
No, she'd have to get up.
Yeah, exactly.
I bet you it was either like, Eric and Ricky, they're feeding Trixie and Chubbs anyway, so just feed the other dog too. Or Becky just probably did it.
Yep.
Right.
Rarity was very special to me. I loved all three of those animals very much.
I hate
Rarity
this.
was like my little shadow toward the end. She followed me everywhere I went.
And
it was hard.
I hate this.
Oh, it's so sad.
I am...
How come Becky's more devastating talking about Rarity than Amber was?
is. Because Amber doesn't give a fuck. And this pisses me off because I am the #1 cat lover.
That's true. You are.
I have tears in my eyes right now because
I'm sad too.
I
It's
fucking
sad.
love that poor cat, dude. She dragged
I feel bad for Beck.
Yeah, and Amber dragged 3 pets across the country to see her feed her girlfriend when she could have had her mom feed them or something. Like, cats, it makes... For a dog, I don't think it's a big deal that you took Twinkie. But for cats, like, you can't just be moving them out of environments to new places. And then the worst thing, well, actually, with Twinkie, this is also bad. She moved them in with somebody that already had a big dog and like another 2 cats or something like that. You can't
that's true.
You can't just shove them all into a house. Now all of a sudden you turn three animals in the house into 6 and they don't know each other.
Yeah, I would never want to take, like, Freddie, he would love to come on a trip with me and stay somewhere new. But if there was another dog in that house, he would freak the fuck out. Like, they would just feel, I don't know, and he gets along with other dogs, but it's just, like, not, I don't know, it's just not the way of things. It's just inconsiderate. And there's so many animals between the two of them. There's no way that
it's a huge amount.
All combinations of animals are going to get along, like...
Yeah,
I don't know.
And cats...
They're all going to be anxious and shit, too, by the way. Like, they're going to be fucking anxious and out of sorts.
Yeah, and I think cats more than dogs really latch on, I guess, to, like, where they are, like, their home.
Yeah, their environment,
right? Because dogs, you can take them to... they like going on trips. They love going into the car and doing car stuff. Cats don't. Cats would rather sit at home. Cats are like me. They'd rather just fucking sit at home and lay in the same spot all day, every day. So to be so selfish, to take them with you when you could have done 1,000 other things, and then
She's
you
more
lose...
than enough money to...
Yeah, and then
to
you
board
lose the cat. The cat's probably fucking dead because of you. Or hopefully not.
In another state.
Yeah.
In another state that it doesn't know where the fuck it is.
In winter.
Can't find anything. Yeah, in the winter.
So, you know what? I'm not going to say Rarity's dead. Rarity is a very good-looking cat. I hope that somebody... she didn't have a collar or anything. Yeah, I hope that someone took her. Because anything else
I agree.
is...
Honestly, I think I actually agree, because you're right. Cats like that look like...
Yeah, Rarity's good looking.
Special designer cat type situation. Like, someone's gonna pick that cat up.
Yeah. So...
I know someone that has 2 insanely cool looking cats, and they were both found, like, on the side of the road.
Yeah.
And he found them and he was like, holy fucking shit, no way, these are cool ass looking cats, and I just found them. I can't believe it. I'm keeping these suckers.
Yeah.
And he did. And they're great, and they get fucking pampered the shit out of them. So you know what? Hell yeah.
Yeah, I hope, because if that happened, that is actually the best case scenario. For anything in Rarity's life, to get away from AMBERLYNN and then go find a new family that sees them and it's like, this is the coolest fucking cat I've ever seen, and I'm gonna keep them. So
Yep, and take great care of it.
yeah, so I pray that is what happened to Rarity. Either way, fuck you, Amber, for dragging that cat to a different state for no reason.
To even leave her. And I know when Amber talked about moving to Oklahoma, she was scared that she could only find a place that allowed 2 animals. So she considered giving me Rarity, but that's not what ended up happening.
Oh, come on, dude. This could have all been avoided if she gave Rarity to Beck.
Her mom. To Beck. Yeah. That would have been amazing.
And you know what sucks is that she is that Beck could have had the damn cat. And it's weird because Amber talks about how much she loves these animals, and there's no way she was going to go to Wisconsin without them, because she just has to be with them 24/7 because they love her so much. But all of a sudden she was willing to just throw the cat away to someone else. That's kind of weird, right?
It's insane. Well, it's a control thing, though. Why would she let Beck take the W? And I know it's not a W to get the cat or not in a breakup, but I think AMBERLYNN would perceive it as like, oh, Becky's getting something from me, winning somehow. Or like, also though, I think the haters on the internet play a massive role in AMBERLYNN's life decisions. I'm so serious when I say that, by the way.
Like Phil.
Because imagine the reception that would get.
Yeah, people would be cheering.
Didn't have pets anymore, 1 or 2 or all of the pets anymore, because she had Becky take them.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? People would be like, "Oh my god, it's because you're a bad pet owner. Oh my god, it's because Becky did everything."
Yeah.
And those are true, by the way. Those are true statements. But AMBERLYNN has tried to deny them so much that she would have to make up some story about why. I don't know. I just don't think she could contend with that, right? So I think she didn't really have a choice, probably.
So what a shame.
So sad.
Rarity should be living with Beck and having a good time, but instead they're living with a very nice family in Wisconsin, having fun.
Yep, I agree with you.
I sometimes wish that I would have gotten her, because now who knows where Rarity is. Before I get to talking about myself, I want to leave some advice for anyone going through a narcissistic abusive relationship. The most important thing is that you don't feel isolated. That goes for any relationship. If you feel
this isn't funny, unlike when Amber posted what was it, the domestic abuse hotline, when she posted that at the end of her video.
Yeah, oh no, this is fine. Honestly, I saw this and I thought of that, but I thought, you know what, this seems like well-placed and
this
appropriate.
is well-placed. When Amber did it, we both started fucking howling laughing because it was the funniest thing she could have done.
AMBERLYNN putting a domestic abuse hotline in her video is crazy.
Yeah.
Something is
just
wrong,
given everything we've just
like
talked about.
To tell anyone else about it, that is a red flag. That's
like me putting a dumb bitch hotline in a video
about what's happening. You can get so engulfed in abuse that you don't even see what's happening to you. Having an outside perspective and a good support system is key to finding the strength to leave.
Big ups, Becky.
For a while
Period.
now,
Good for her.
I've been focusing on myself and my loved ones. I live somewhere new. I have
Becky's
new friends
so
and a
different
new
now.
love and a new job that has been amazing and personally fulfilling. I've been
Yay,
finding new
good job.
hobbies and working.
Remember
through my
last video update? She had lost her job or whatever.
Yeah.
She was like on hard times and begging for money. So,
all right, they got a new one. Things are looking up.
And dealing with my mental health, trying to live a normal life. In a few weeks, I go in for surgery to have a biopsy done on the lumps on my thyroid.
Uh-oh.
I'm happy to finally be taking care of my health in that way. I've been more happy these past few months than I've been in years, but life still isn't kind or easy. My old car finally started to give out on me, and that was nerve-wracking. But through hard work and a bit of luck, I was able to finance a new vehicle.
Oh, see, there you go.
I've been facing more hardships lately. Winter storms that this area hasn't seen in years had us snowed in for almost 2 weeks. A few days after returning to work, we started feeling sick and tested positive for COVID. I'm just now recovering, but because of all of that, I haven't been able to work my usual hours and have suffered financially.
Is
Just a couple days ago, on my way to get groceries, my car slid on ice while driving.
What the fuck?
Car went into a ditch, airbags deployed. The car landed on its side.
Yo, what?
Insurance deemed it totaled. and does not cover
I mean, that's
rentals
honestly
while
just
the
the side
settlement
of
is
the
decided.
highway here
Luckily, I'm
24/7
physically
in the winter,
okay, but I'm scared again.
You mean
There's
just
like a car-
cars?
yeah,
Oh my goodness.
like every couple of kilometers there'll just be a couple cars.
What the fuck?
Well, because of this, like after usually a big snowfall or when the roads are really icy from freezing rain or something. When I drove to the windshield place today, I had to take the freeway, and there were, because of the snow squall last night, there were cars all along the highway.
Things the
Fucking-
Los Angeles mind just cannot comprehend.
Yeah, no, literally. Just kind
For
of
the
like that.
future. Unsure of how I'll be able to keep my job, get to work these next few weeks, how I'm going to get a different car if the settlement isn't more than what I owe, since I've only had this for 2 months, or pay upcoming bills.
Ugh.
Circumstances right now are difficult.
Damn, that
Before
is
I know this kind of
shitty.
thing would have felt like the end.
Monetize the videos. Who gives a fuck if people are in the comments being like, "Oh, why are you monetizing the videos?" Who gives a fuck if
I
she
think so, too.
monetizes them?
Yeah, there's like 20,000 views on here. She could probably make $100, couple $100. I don't know. I don't want to. I don't know how much it is, but I don't know. It's got to be something. I mean, Alexis made a couple $100 on hers.
Yeah. And she only
Anything helps.
Alexis only had like one that was monetized, and she said that she made, or like one or two, because she needed
she got
to
a
work
couple
up to the
$100.
monetization, and she said she got like $300. Yeah,
Well,
like
any money, anything's better. $50 would probably help. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, anything's gonna help. Just forget what anybody's saying.
Forget the haters.
Forget the haters. Just fucking make videos, monetize them. If you're gonna be talking about it, you don't have to go out of your way to talk about AMBERLYNN, but if you're talking about her anyways, then might as well make the money on it.
Like I'm going to lose everything all over again. But even though I can't see a clear path forward, I'm still hopeful. I've never before had that feeling that I could fight for my situation to get better until now. I'm glad that I've made the progress I have, even if this feels like a huge step backward. And I know people are going to say I'm begging on the internet again, but I'm trying to use this opportunity to clear some things up and help myself at the same time. I made this video because I know I can't entirely escape my past.
Period.
None of us can.
Hey,
but at
honestly, I've grown up. I'm not here to be a Becky hater. I'm here to be an Amber hater. If someone that was I'm just gonna fucking give a hot take.
Okay.
If someone that was in Amber's life wants to monetize videos, wants to profit off of talking shit about Amber and make videos monetizing talking about their experiences with her, I'm all for it. I do not
agree.
give a fuck. Monetize that shit.
And the community
Monetize
overall.
anything you want and describe the smell in detail. I do not give a fuck.
And it's ridiculous
I welcome it.
for the hater community to be against that, because because they are putting out content that you want to see. You want to know the smell in detail. you want to know all the stuff that Beck's had. So just
let him do it. Just let it happen, dude.
Yeah. Just let it
I don't
happen.
give a fuck. I got YouTube Premium. I'm not fucking
Yeah, I got
watching
YouTube.
these ads. I
You know
don't
what?
give a shit.
If you're pissed about it, get YouTube Premium. Come on.
I can
Oh,
use
no,
it
now
to
we
try
sound
and
like
better
DSP.
myself.
Grow
It will
up.
be a month or two
That's what he
before I
says.
can make anything from this video. So if you want to help me out, I'll leave my Cash App in the description.
No, not
you
the
don't have
Cash
to
App.
send money, but please be kind and think of me as a person who is trying, just like you. I'm
Aw.
not sure when I'll post again. I don't know if I'm built for constant content creation. Sometimes the burden of an audience can be all too much. But let me know if there's more you want to hear or see from me. Thank you for listening and taking the time to watch this. I hope you enjoyed the art that I was able to show you guys.
Unironically, the art has gotten a lot better. So that's
Certainly
good.
improved. That's for
I
sure.
use Procreate, by the way. And I know it's been a long time since you've heard from me, and hopefully the next
use
time
Procreate,
you hear
by the
from me won't be so serious. Thank you for listening.
Why was that like the funniest one?
Pick up some Procreate. So we learned that Amber is the biggest manipulative piece of shit in the world.
Evil. Absolute evil. There's no other way to
fucking
describe
bitch.
it. Evil. Conniving. Evil. She delights in other people being miserable.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking crazy.
Beck probably went through the worst of it too, from what we have seen. God, it really makes me wonder how behind the scenes it goes with Emily, because Emily, I don't think you could be a feeder and be a pushover, right? Because you're kind of the one that's
Kind of like a
dominating.
dominant
Yeah.
position. Yeah. Yeah, because it's about control. Actually, that is
Yeah,
like what
so it's
theaterism
two people
boils down to.
two people that are just obsessed with control, and you have
Well,
Alexis
I bet it's
telling
toxic.
us. Yeah, Alexis tells us that they fight all the time.
Yeah, and I mean, Emily is obviously a manipulative person as well, because she was the one that told Amber she wanted to kill herself so she could go be with her ex because of what Amber did to her or whatever.
Yeah,
Because of
yeah,
the hate
that's
online, and
insane.
it's Amber's fault. So they're obviously both very manipulative and both very controlling. I bet it's so explosive.
Yeah,
I bet it's just like a constant back and forth. But I wonder if they want control over different things. So remember that? Maybe I won't. Remember the video? No, nothing.
okay.
Nothing. I won't talk about it.
Yeah, well, big ups to Beck. They are doing well, I was gonna say they're doing better, but apparently from the end of it doesn't sound like it. But as far as a person, they sound like they are like
Far improved, like
an
leaps and bounds.
improved, stronger person. I do not know why I'm not subbed. No wonder I didn't get a notification about this.
What the fuck? You call yourself a 500
I call myself
squid.
a 500-pound squid.
Poser, get a load of this poser.
Yeah, okay. Well, anything else?
AMBERLYNN's a crazy bitch.
Well, there you go. All right, we will see you next time, where we will be catching up on AMBERLYNN's videos. We've got like 4 or 3 of them to go, but we'll catch up this weekend. All right, have a good one.